A Believer's Triumphant Life with Joel Maurice Eagle. Speaking life to your world and always inspiring your faith.
God calls you a light. We have so many dim lights in church. Because God is telling you, arise and shine. In other words, there is no shining without arising. Before a shining moment, there is an arising moment. And before arising, there is a waking moment. Because some are sleeping, they can't even arise, they're in deep sleep. But there are some who are awake, but they still can't rise because they're stuck in their beds. The light of Christ is in our spirits. But we are too much overtaken by the affairs of this life, that the affairs of this life and the thoughts about them choke the light of Christ in us from shining forth. And yet, if we could just endure a few moments of giving no attention to the darkness of this world and focusing on His light, we shall shine, and the world will actually be led to Christ through our lights. God told me something. God said that if you were a fish, hear me carefully. If you were a fish, your water would be your prayer life. Did you hear that? If you were a fish, your prayer life is your river. So you can now see how many smelling fishes are there in church. How many fishes have become dry fish, dead fish, because they're living out of their water. Why did God say, my house shall be a house of prayer? Because a house of prayer is a house of life. People celebrate gifts, but they don't celebrate prayer. God didn't say, my house shall be a house of gifts. He didn't say that. He said, my house shall be a house of prayer. Because gifts are not the primary thing. Listen to this. Gifts excite men. Prayer excites God. Praise be to God. Gifts excite men. Prayer excites. When I say gifts, I'm not talking about the gifts you're going to give us, like money or some birthday gift. No, I'm talking about spiritual gifts. Okay? They excite men, but don't excite God. A Christian who doesn't pray will sooner or later become a witch doctor if they are a prophet. Because they'll give guys accurate information, but from a wrong source. Because the gift working, not the spirit. It's a gift, not the spirit. Because spirit is the fuel of gift. And how does the spirit fuel the gift? Through fellowship, and that is prayer. In the spirit realm, there's a law. The law of conversation. You know what that law is? When you stop hearing God, immediately you start hearing the devil. That's why Christ said, get behind me, because he was hearing Satan through Peter. So we think the devil only talks through night dancers. No, he spoke through an apostle. It's only in the place of prayer when you can be able to discern the voices and know if it is the devil speaking or it's God speaking. Because even the devil can speak on a pulpit on a Sunday service through a prophet. So God is in the business in these last times of reviving the heart of prayer in the body of Christ. Because churches are full of spectators, not participators. They come to spectate who got healed next. And they want to associate with people who are gifted. But the secret of every gift is a prayer life. It's a prayer life. Apostle Paul was the most gifted apostle in the history of the Bible after Christ. The most gifted. Apostle Paul knew one business: the gospel. Because he had a love that was abnormal for Christ. That's why he says, the love for Christ constrains me. I don't preach because I love preaching. That's what Apostle Paul is saying. He said, I love him. Wrote a whole chapter on love. Chapter 13, 1 Corinthians. How many guys do we have in our generation who are going to fall in love with Christ? Why why they don't fall in love with him is because they have been shown a picture of a religious Jesus. Because when you encounter the reality of Christ, you will just love him, because he is love embodied in the Son.